Who's ready?
There we go.
Am I ready?
Anybody know the song? You can hear it if it's streaming nicely.
All right.
Hello, happy Monday to all of you
What's up?
joining us.
Hey, for real. How's everybody's Monday going?
Hopefully it's good. If anybody knows that song. Who's that by, babe?
That was Gym Class Heroes, I believe. Get out of here, YouTube.
The script.
Oh, no, that's the script. So much. Dude, if you guys haven't listened to a ton of music by the script, it's probably why your business isn't growing. I'm just kidding. Here's the truth of the matter. Most people in Now Lifestyle, your business grows. Hey guys, for real, we're gonna get this. Whoa, sorry.
Sorry about that.
Go ahead and
what?
That thing.
All right.
Hang on.
There we go. All right. Well, hi, everyone. We are Adam and Ashleigh Reeker. We are from Omaha, Nebraska, and so excited to have all of you here tonight. Happy Monday to all of you. TJIM.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Huskers got their first win on Saturday, and to be honest with you, I'm wearing this hat because we'll probably never lose again now.
It's valid.
Valid.
That's true. If anybody knows about
DJ
Husker
Khaled.
football, we know about Husker football. It's all good.
Sorry, Stan, we blew out your Gophers.
That's all right. So you guys, before we get into it, we've got a power-packed webinar for you this evening. And if you are brand new, this is your first time, or maybe your second or third time checking out a webinar, we just want to welcome you. Adam and I have been involved with Now Lifestyle for going on 9 months.
We're just wrapping up our 8th full month with this company called Now Lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. And what we have absolutely loved about this company is obviously the opportunity to get to work with some amazing people. We have an opportunity to work with some amazing leaders on our team, one of which is an up-and-coming rock star that we're going to be introducing to you very, very shortly. And for us personally, we have been able to utilize the tools as a part of this business to help us grow our online business and our online presence and tell our story. And that is something that we have just been so excited about, to be able to tap into that. And truly, you know, whether this is a business that you do long term, or maybe you take what you learned here and you apply it to something else in your life, we just want to be able to, you know, leave you better than we found you after this webinar is wrapped up. So.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, yes, on Monday nights, if you tune into this webinar, we'll actually teach you the secrets of growing a fast business, or growing a business fast, okay? It's called duplication. Now, I'm going to be extremely transparent with you right now when I make a statement. Now, Lifestyle will not duplicate your business efforts. Now, Lifestyle is not capable of duplicating your business efforts. Now, Lifestyle supplies tools, okay? The team that you're a part of and you as an individual can tap in to those tools and the right team and duplicate your efforts to where you can go from a couple of people sitting in an office in Omaha, Nebraska to going on 1,000 people in less than 8 months.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
It was really cool. We had just hopped on. I made a post in the Now Lifestyle Facebook page that we were going live with our special guest, and 30 people were awaiting approval to join the group.
That fast, huh?
That's awesome. So if you're one of those 30 people and you were waiting to get into the group to join the webinar tonight, just want to welcome you. Thanks for checking it out. So a couple of logistical items before we pop in here tonight. It looks like things are working, sound is working. Jerry says all I have is voice. Jerry, if you want to try to just refresh, I'm not sure if you're on a phone or if you're on your computer.
If that's Jerry, that was Daniel Kump's guest last week. It might be your internet connection.
That's possible too.
Because people all over the world can do this in all different walks of life. And Jerry is an over-the-road truck driver, and so he doesn't always have the best internet. But I'll tell you what, he's growing like crazy because he taps into the information.
Yep, absolutely.
So good on you, man.
So if at any point, and on it, actually, we'll turn off chat here for a little bit. Love being able to have chat. We will open it back up at the end for a live Q&A where we will answer questions with our guest as well.
Yep.
But during the webinar, we like to just make sure that we have your full focus. And so we are going to be turning off the chat during the webinar. But if at any point you cannot hear us or see us, try to just refresh your browser is all. So,
yep. I'll tell you what, we talk about duplication every Monday night, and most people really don't have any idea what duplication even means. It might have been like a spelling word when you were in the 6th grade or something like that, you know? Yeah. And I can't even tell you how to spell it because I'm high school educated, college dropout, but I can definitely show you what it looks like. And so from the time Ashleigh and I were, I guess, 19 years old, we were mentored by multimillionaires that were not involved in our lifestyle, but they taught us everything they know. And if there's anything to say about Ashleigh and I, we were blessed by the best. And it doesn't mean that that's the only reason that we parade in front of you on Mondays and act goofy. Really, ultimately, we worked our now lifestyle business a certain way because we saw the potential of the company. More than anything, we saw the potential in ourselves at a young age, though. And I'll tell you something straightforward here. It doesn't matter what company you're a part of. If you want to win, learn about duplicating your efforts.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there will come a time in your business where things aren't always going exactly the way you want them to go. And if you're all by yourself, it makes it kind of tough. But if you got a team of people that are with you, you'll win. Trust me, you'll win. Okay. And nobody can stand in your way, but you're going to win. Mm-hmm. And so I talk about duplication in this manner because that's how powerful it is. Duplication is bigger than a business. It's bigger than a product. It's bigger than a system. Duplication comes from you. And I actually posed a question on our private Facebook team page today. What do you look for when you're looking to lock arms with a leader? Okay. And I had several, just a ton of responses on it. And you know what the overwhelming response was? It was 2 things. It was honesty and integrity. Okay. What do I mean by honesty? Flat out, don't lie to me. Flat out, don't lie to people. Integrity. Here's what integrity means to me, and maybe a little bit different to certain people. I think it remains the same. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm doing it. Like it's done yesterday. Yeah. If I say I have a project and a deadline on it, it's out yesterday because I said it and I spoke it. And if I speak it to you, it's done. Okay. So when you're looking to build a large network in a large organization or become a multimillionaire or maybe even a billionaire, you're probably going to want to do what you said you were going to do. And if you don't, everybody might not follow you forever. Okay.
Or everybody, as on the topic of duplication, people might begin to duplicate what you're doing, which is if you're not following up, if you don't have integrity, if you're not honest, those things will be duplicated.
Do you want to drop a microphone? Because that's kind of a mic drop statement.
It's true.
If I told somebody that I was going to have something done by a certain date and I don't do it, they're probably going to tell me things that they're going to have done by a certain date and not do it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's just kind of a broad overview, but I told you the first time that Ashleigh and I came on Mondays, we were going to shoot you straight. All right. And I don't care if you're online or offline or you're a traditional business owner or non-traditional business owner. I don't care. Integrity is so important. And I just love to just put that question out there to our team, which is the 3LE team, and just ask them. It's honesty and integrity. And I thought it might be. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the person that we are bringing on tonight is a really good.
Speaking
and
of
I'm
integrity.
serious. Just after a couple of weeks, is a really solid example of honesty and integrity. And here's why I know that to be true. She told me that she was going to take Now Lifestyle seriously. Okay. Now people will tell me those things all the time. Then I just kind of watch and see. Yeah. Because that's what I got to do as a leader. Right. And then she told me she was taking her business all in. And then she took her business all in. She told me she was going to do everything we told her to do to have success. Said she was going to get her LCS set up. And she did it. She told me she was going to invest in guaranteed paid signups. And guess what? She did it. She told me she was going to follow up with her people. And she's doing it.
She did it.
Okay. Now, understand something. You can sponsor 1,000 people. But if you don't know how to follow up, you can't teach them. And I'll just be very brutally honest with you. You can't plug them into anything within Now Lifestyle that's going to teach them how to follow up. Why? Here's why. Because it's not taught. Okay? The system in Now Lifestyle is taught to an extent, and it's a good system. But if you really want to grow a big team, it's going to be you. Now, I'm not saying if you're a brand new person and you don't have any help or any coaching, that's going to be an easy thing. I'm telling you, there's a coach out there. There's a mentor out there. There's somebody within your line of sponsorship that wants to help you win the same way Ashleigh and I do. Okay? So I'm just really excited to bring this woman on. Her name's Jaclyn, and she is an emerging rock star. Mark my words on that. Let's bring her on.
Whoa, hold on. Back up.
Sorry. All right. Hey, pop on the brakes.
Yep.
Okay.
So want to just share with you a little bit about Jaclyn.
See, I just get right into it. And Ashley's like, whoa, Adam.
You got to give this girl her due diligence, all right?
I'm sorry. She deserves it.
So a little over, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, Jaclyn joined our team, I guess. She is not even personal to Adam and I. She is down what you would call in our downline, and she raised her hand very, very quickly and identified herself as a future leader. And Jaclyn is a busy, married mother of 2 boys. She was previously a nurse and now teaches nursing full time. She is really into health and wellness. She actually teaches fitness classes and dance classes. She was, I believe, a dance coach for a while, if she's not still doing that. So talk about a woman who's juggling multiple things, wearing multiple hats. And I remember she shared with us this last weekend, she read a book, like probably a little over a year ago, called, pardon my French, You Are a Badass, which is probably one of my favorite books. I listened to it on the audiobook and I've read the book. And she said it totally just changed her perspective. And she made a decision, hint, clue.
Light bulb.
She made a decision after reading that book that she was going to change her life, that she was going to start taking ownership of her life and create the life that she wanted and that she darn well deserves. And so she decided to come online over a year ago, join the Now Lifestyle team a little over 2 weeks ago, I believe. And we have her here tonight, and we are so excited to get to sit and talk with her about what she's been doing in her business. Yep. So with that being said, Jaclyn, if you want to go ahead and hit the talk now button, and we will bring you on here. And we'll just wait like this. Just do one of these. And waiting. And we'll wait. There she is.
Wait. I think someone's knocking on the door.
Hey, Jaclyn.
Hi.
What's up?
Awesome. Loud and clear. Perfect.
Good. You can hear me. Awesome.
Yes. And if you guys can hear, yeah, we'll do that in just a second. I just want to make sure that everyone can hear her loud and clear. If you can hear Jaclyn loud and clear, just give us some A's below, just so we know that you can hear her, or give us a yeah. All right. Awesome. Great. Beautiful. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take us full screen so that we can just focus on all of the really important stuff that we're going to go over here.
There we go.
Cool.
Just a couple of different buttons to hit.
I know. Sorry. Got click happy.
Jaclyn, how are you this evening?
I am awesome. How are you? Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. I'm grateful to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you on because we started, I think maybe a week or a week and a half ago, we were in communication and getting everything set up with Now Lifestyle. Yeah. And you did a couple of things that made me say, And usually when I have one of those moments with someone, I say, I want to pay attention and make sure I really know that person. And we're pretty much total strangers right now, and that's fine. But you basically were the person you said you were, and you stood out as an action taker from day one. Okay. And I'm not sure what it is about action takers, but you stand out. Maybe it's because you did what you said you were going to do, but I'm telling you right now, guys, everybody watching this webinar, Jaclyn is really awesome, and she's an excellent leader. And if you're blessed to be on her team, I want you to listen and pay attention and watch what she does. Okay. For real.
So Jaclyn, I know we talked a little bit about you, but for people that, kind of just, I think for anybody that's out there would love to hear a little bit about your story. Yeah. I kind of did a Cliff's Notes version, but your story and even just leading up to when you joined Now Lifestyle, kind of what your road has looked like.
Sure, I will try to sum it up as well, because it is a long and complex story. Sure. But if we take it way back to being a nurse, right? That was my career that I chose to go into. And I like to preface that with I chose, but I was very much influenced to go into that career. and I've done a lot of growth in learning how to listen to myself. For a long time, I didn't really listen to myself and who I was and what I wanted. So I struggled a lot in my career as a nurse, and I found myself really unhappy all the time, really unfulfilled for about 13 years in that career. And then, I actually tried other offline businesses, just like many other people I'm sure have, trying to find a way out of what I was doing the home parties, going to events, and that just didn't work with me. It didn't sit well with me. I wasn't the kind of person that, I didn't enjoy always being like, oh, Mom, Aunt Mary, this person, that person, come check out what I'm doing again. And they're all like, oh, great. What is she doing again? So I kind of gave up on that for a little bit. I continued to struggle. But I always had this feeling inside of me. I knew there was something more out there for me. I just couldn't figure out what it was. And like Ashleigh said, it was the book, You Are a Badass. And this is the craziest story. I was walking around Target one day, and it was just sitting out there, and it was on clearance. And I was like, man, I haven't read a book in a while, and this looks really good. And maybe it was destiny. It was meant to be. I picked it up, and when I checked out, the girl at checkout was like, oh my gosh, this is the best book ever. And I was like, oh, okay, we'll see. And it was. I read it, and if you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. If not, you need to read it. And Jen Sincero is the author. She really inspired me to take action and to believe in myself, and that I did have a purpose, and that I needed to dig into that and let it loose. And that was it. I did that. And I actually was like, okay, I'm not worrying about everybody else. I need to take care of myself if I want to help others. So I invested in myself. Right. And I got a coach to help me. I got a life coach, and I did that. And I started to really figure out what it was that I wanted. And I dove into the online world because I knew that, the internet is huge, and it's just constantly growing and growing. And that to get me to my vision and those dreams that I had, that was the best opportunity, was to start working online. And I worked with, some other companies, and learned a lot, lost a lot of money, unfortunately, doing other things, and kind of got into a position where I knew I needed to bring in additional streams of income. And I came across Now Lifestyle, and I saw that there was real opportunity in it. I researched it. I was scared at first, right? I was skeptical, like many people are, because things haven't worked out in the past, right? I failed in the past, but from all those failures, I've learned, and I've learned how to do my due diligence and my research, and I really saw that there was a lot of value here. So, and then again, I made that decision to dive right in. And what I've also learned is that you can't just, if you want success, if you want those visions that you have, if you want that to happen, you can't just kind of dabble. You have to go in and give it all you got. So that is what I did. And this is where I am.
It's not very often that in someone's introduction, they drop a million golden nuggets, but it just happened. Okay. And I don't know if you heard what Jaclyn just said, but she said she committed to herself, and leaders are readers. Okay. What does that mean? It means she is investing in herself, and she's done that for a period of time.
Yep.
And she wasn't afraid to fail. Okay. A desire to succeed with no fear of failure. Now, it doesn't mean that she hasn't had roadblocks or bumps along the way, because clearly she has. Okay. But she kind of reminded me a whole bunch of what we talked about on our first webinar with what she just said.
Yes.
Hey, I've been down that road, been working on myself. And I think what probably has happened, and I might be wrong, Jaclyn, but you found yourself, and you realized you were worth more than what you were getting doing it by the world's standards.
Absolutely. I realized that, and then I had to start actually believing that too, right? Believing that I was worth it. And I think a lot of people, that's a block for them. They know that they have more, but it's that believing that you're worthy to have it is a struggle sometimes.
Exactly. So, going back to, we'll dive into the real good questions, but just for anyone that's new and that's here tonight checking this out, I mean, you've been in for 2 weeks, less than 3 weeks. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe honestly about 10 days.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ish.
Okay, so for you, Jaclyn, what was the process like when you got your account set up? What were some of the things that you did to kind of get yourself set up, to get your business set up? And I ask that because a lot of folks that tune into these webinars or that post onto the Now Lifestyle Facebook page, or sometimes people contact Adam and I, they're like, I'm so lost, I don't know what to do. Yeah. Can you just talk about what that process was like for you?
Sure. Well, when I first went into the site, I kind of was just a snooper. I was snooping around, looking at it, trying to check out everything, trying to get myself familiar with how everything was laid out. And then I said, hey, look, watch this video. So I started watching videos. I think train is so important, and it's awesome that train is there. And when it says watch this video first, it's there for a reason. Watch that video first. So I just started watching things, and I learned on my own lead capture page. I need to do that. So I did that right away. And then I saw right away, oh, look, you can buy into leads. Okay. I know in past businesses how important it is to get leads, and trying to get those on my own when I have the opportunity to get them. I knew that was something I wanted to do right away. And then, I saw in there I could connect to the Facebook group. I know community is so important, right, to have community. So I connected on there right away. And then I said, hey, hi, I'm new and I need some help and guidance, right? I took that action, and people are there to help you, but if you don't ask for the help, right, you need to ask for it. And so people that know that you need that assistance and you need that help. And that's what I did. And now you guys helped me and we're here and it's all awesome.
Good. I'll definitely give a shout out to some other leaders on our team, Jason and Chris, for you had actually posted to the Now Lifestyle page because you were way down within our organization, and they were like, hey, we think this girl is on our team and she's asking for help. And at that point we're like, yes, let's connect. And right? I think we all kind of just rallied around you. We're like, what can we do to help? And I'll tell you, it was so refreshing, Jaclyn, to hop on. We hopped on a webinar with you and Jason and Ulema, we take people through setting up their lead capture system and driving traffic. And you're like, oh, my lead capture system set up, you're like, this was awesome. You had previously in other businesses, you had done Facebook advertising on your own, and
right,
that process, talk about a headache sometimes.
It's a lot. It's a lot to learn. It's a big learning curve. So yes, right, in this journey, right, you're always growing, right? You're always learning. So everything I've learned, I have that. I'd like to bring that with me, and hopefully maybe some, share that with others too as well.
Absolutely. So Jaclyn, from your perspective, what were some of the things that you saw in Now Lifestyle that were maybe different from other companies, kind of got you thinking yeah, I could do this?
Well, automation is so important, right? And I know other people talk about this, but having that automation, having an email marketing system for you, other companies, you have to go out and you have to get all of those things on your own. And when you have it all put together, I think that's really helps the business succeed a lot faster when you have that all there for you. Because a lot of those different systems and lead capture pages and all of that, it's a lot. Not only is it a lot to try to figure out on your own, but it's a lot to go and purchase on your own. So that stood out to me. That, and also, health and wellness is a passion of mine. So that combined together, I really fell into that. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. Did you have something? Sorry.
I do.
I could ask her questions all night. So
I know this is so exciting because anybody that watches this, just understand, if you're blessed enough to be on Jaclyn's team, she is going to help. And so you being involved in offline marketing or business opportunities and then coming online and finding Now Lifestyle, what are some of your goals and plans for the brand newest members that come onto your team? What would you like to see, and what would you like to help your brand newest member accomplish?
Sure. Well, definitely getting started. I think having support and mentorship is so, so, so important. So being there as a support person and as a mentor to guide. Now, obviously, I'm not going to do work for anyone, but to be there as a support person and to guide them in the right direction. Because without that mentorship and support, I think people are just they're going to drop, right? For me personally, that's something that I value. And so I hope to be that transformational leader, to lead with example too. I think when you're a leader, people see what you're doing. And then, like you said, right, that duplication too, they start doing what you're doing. They see, okay, this is what this person is doing to get the results they're getting. I need to do that. That's what I've learned. I need to do what they're doing, right? If I want to get the results that they're getting. So that, and, mindset is huge to me. Absolutely huge. And that's one of my passions too, is to help others, work past those self-limiting beliefs. That's something I really love doing, helping other people, believe that they're worthy to have more, believe that these things visions and dreams that they imagine in their head, they're there for a reason. They're there to live them out. And that with a little bit of work, determination and consistency, it's possible to get there.
Yes.
So,
Jaclyn, you said something that I actually just wrote down. Use the term transformational leader. I think that is, if that could become your brand, there it is.
Thanks.
I remember when we first met with you, you talked a lot about personal development. And I know Adam and I's our coach and mentor, Daniel Kump, is a big personal development guy. We have been huge into personal development, even early on, 19 and 20, when we first started in the industry.
Just 13 years ago, by the way. So we may have been slow, or maybe we weren't. I don't know.
But from your perspective, what are some things that you do personally and that you've done over the last, over the years to develop Jaclyn? Yeah.
So that mindset work. So getting coaches and mentors, but also reading, like we said, reading is so important. Some of my favorite books, The Magic. So practicing gratitude. I don't know if you've done The Magic. It walks you through 28 days of practicing gratitude. I do like to do daily affirmations. So in the car, I'm listening. There's lots of apps out there that you can get with meditations and affirmations. Doing that, listening to just on YouTube, you can find all sorts of meditations, positive self-talk, really putting out into the universe what you want and getting that back at you. And then taking care of myself is really important. So making sure that, I'm running a business, I'm working, I have kids, taking time for myself, whether that's working out myself, making sure I'm eating healthy, sending my kids off with my mom for the day so that I can have me time, just in time with my husband, those kinds of things. Just all of that, and following people, following other leaders, following people that inspire me. Because when I hear that inspiration from them, that fills my cup, right? That raises my vibration, makes my vibration higher, and then I'm able to give more, and I'm able to speak more to people and create the things that I want to create.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about, on these Monday night webinars, we talk about duplicating your own efforts.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what Jaclyn just exemplified was a whole bunch of awesome stuff to duplicate. And because she personally does it, that's going to flow into her team. Okay. And when you've got a team of people, because you're the leader and that's the energy that you're putting off, I'm telling you, that's what they're going to do. Because here's what I'll tell you, and this is for everybody, even maybe you, Jaclyn. I never tell anyone to do anything unless I tell them why they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't ever make a statement and tell someone to go invest in traffic every single week of the month. I don't do that unless I also explain why they're doing it. Because you can tell somebody the what without telling them the why. And if you tell somebody the what without telling them the why, it doesn't mean anything, right?
Right.
People aren't necessarily always interested in the what, okay? And you can tell people the what of Now Lifestyle, okay, or the team that we're a part of. But if you tell them the why, trust me on this. Tell them the why. Honestly, I tell them the why before the what if I ever can.
Yeah.
Can I just ask you a question? I'm sure you've probably thought of this, Jaclyn, but what's your why for Now Lifestyle? What's your why for becoming who you want to become?
My why is because I want to inspire others. I want to help others, and my why has changed over time. In my journey, it was me. But when you come from a place of serving, you start to grow so much more. And when you can help others, like that is my goal. That is my why. to help others get out of whatever situation that they're in and start achieving those goals and dreams that they have, and letting them, supporting them and letting them know that it is possible for them to do that. That is my why. I want to change lives. I want to change the world.
Jaclyn, would you say that maybe your purpose went from your head to your heart at some point?
Yep, absolutely.
I've said this. I said it from the Now Lifestyle stage at the national event. When this thing goes from your head to your heart, you'll never work another day in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you do from your heart is your purpose,
Right.
So when your why and your purpose both align, all of a sudden everything's easier to learn. It's easier to duplicate. And the only way you'll ever duplicate, anybody watching this, the reason that Jaclyn is going to be so successful is because her why and her purpose are in unity. And so she won't let you down. If she says she's going to be somewhere, she's going to be there. If she tells you she's going to do something, she's going to do it. And she's willing to do the work on the back end so that she can find you or you can find her. And so many people, when they get involved in Now Lifestyle or anything online, they just do a whole bunch of work on one end so they can just basically go fishing online. Like if I just cast a wide enough net, I'm going to catch all these fish. Let me tell you right now, you won't. Because people are not looking for bait. People are looking for you. People are looking to be a part of something. And so what's happening within Now Lifestyle right now that I'm committed to just continue is that anybody can come onto this thing, tap in, learn it, be coached, and have success if they want it, because Jaclyn also made another point that she's not going to do the work for you. It's yours, right?
Exactly.
So what does it look like in your day-to-day life? I mean, is this just easy? You roll out of bed, you have all day to work on Now Lifestyle, or how does this thing really look in your life?
Nope. So I had to you have to make some sacrifices, right? So for me, you have that vision. Do you want to sacrifice those little things that you want for that vision? Can you sacrifice your little wants and needs for your vision? Or are you going to sacrifice your vision for little things that you want and need, right? So I gave up some sleep, right? I wake up in the morning a little bit earlier than I used to, and I work on my business when I wake up. When I have little breaks throughout the day, I work on my business. I stay up later now to work on my business. So little sacrifices like that. And that is really when the core of my business is actually like this time after the kids go to bed.
So you're actually taking away from the personal work you're doing on your business to serve the greater Now Lifestyle team that plugs into this. Is that true?
That is true.
Well, we appreciate you for that.
Yeah, no, I'm grateful to be here for sure.
And you're absolutely right. Ashleigh and I are kind of the same way. And that's why we love to lock arms with people like you. Ashleigh got home at 7 o'clock, and we are on here right now. And it's what we love to do because we can connect with people like Jaclyn. And I'm just telling you guys, if you're just willing to get started and learn this thing and be the person that continues to grow and duplicate, that's when you can change the world. And if you don't think you can change the world, you should start telling yourself you can change yourself, because then you can change the world. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jaclyn, is there anything you would just like to say to the brand newest person? Maybe not even the brand newest person, maybe a person that's been around for a little while.
Oh, sure. I have a lot to say. Be certain with what you want. Be certain with who you are, and your certainty needs to exceed all of your doubts. So get really, really, really certain. What's that?
I was just telling anybody watching this to write that one down.
Yes.
Okay, will you say that one more time?
Sure. Be really certain with what you want, and your certainty needs to exceed all of your doubts. You have to be that certain. And that I learned that from another mentor of the past, but that's something that really stuck with me as well. And then how bad, that certainty, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to do what you need to do to get it? And then, you talked about people don't want, you don't want to throw bait out there. You need to be yourself. We talk about building your own brand. Get out there and be you. People will be attracted to you for who you are. So don't go out there and be someone fake. Be authentically yourself. And the people that you want to work with will be drawn to you because they are going to be similar to you. So if you're out there being yourself, you're going to draw in those people that want to work with you.
You know what's amazing? You just said it's amazing how many people are just like us that we work with. I'm just glad
right? It's true. It's the truth. It's true. They will come to you, right? If you're just you and you're out there. And that's the other thing. Be out there, right? And be out there doing things that make you uncomfortable. That was a big thing I had to get past too. Getting really comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yes.
So, you know, posting content. Now, I'm not saying like, don't be like slamming people with what you're doing, but just post content, like valuable things to people, things that people will find value in, inspirational things. And that's how people will start following you. They'll start seeing like, you know, don't be afraid to post what you're doing in your life. They're going to start seeing you doing those things, and they're going to ask you, how are you doing that? Like, what did you do to get there? They're going to come to, if you do that, you're not going to have to find people. They're going to come to you and ask you what you're doing. And that's, I mean, this is stuff I've learned over, you know, in my journey. It's so important. It's so much different than going out there and calling your big list of people. Right? They're going to like you for who you are, and they're going to come to you. So.
Absolutely.
When you were in offline marketing, how long did it take for your list to run out?
Oh, really fast.
Then you become a part of the No Friends Left Club, or the NFL as we call it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, the powerful thing about being online with Now Lifestyle is our list never dies. It only grows, and people come to us. Just like you just said.
Right.
There's nothing better, especially when you're willing to put yourself out there online consistently. Like you also said, like-minded people will find you.
Right.
Literally, that's how we found Now Lifestyle and our coach, Dan Co.
Yeah. And that's consistency is key, right? All the time, especially at the beginning, being consistent daily, doing something every day for your business. So you get that momentum going and you don't lose it.
Exactly. Jaclyn, you just seriously probably, I mean, I think we say this every time, but every time, yes, just set the bar higher, and you just set it like 5 notches up there.
I'm not kidding. And I loved every guest that we brought on, but they all say it a little bit differently. And Jaclyn, you were so powerful tonight. Anybody that comes onto your team is just so fortunate.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good stuff. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I know we typically roll into Q&A.
Okay.
You're welcome to stay on.
You're welcome.
I actually I respond to something and I'll be right
Sure.
back. I'm sure you guys have this covered.
All right.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, sure. If people have questions for me.
Absolutely. Let me just, okay. This. All right. So usually what we will do is open things up for questions. So folks, if you are in the chat and you want to go ahead and ask a question, this can be a question either for Jaclyn. We'll take a couple. I think last week we took 3. Sometimes we'll take multiples. Maybe tonight we'll take 5. It can also be related to your Now Lifestyle business. Whatever those questions are, please feel free to drop them in the chat. We'll give everyone another minute or 2 here. Sometimes it takes folks just a second. If you guys got value from Jaclyn tonight, we would love to just make sure that you are letting her know, giving her some warm kudos and things like that. As well as you can definitely, we will certainly have a replay of this. You can drop, sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. You can check that out. I will make sure to post that to Now Lifestyle once that is published and go from there. So Caesar, thank you so much. And Felice, Jason, thank you guys so much. Great info. That's awesome. Yeah, if you guys have questions, please feel free to drop them below, unless she just killed it and you don't have any questions. Melinda, great first question that we can take. She said, I just joined and I don't know how to get started. What and where do I go online to begin? Jaclyn, do you want to take that? You walked through this process.
Sure. So you should have had an email where you go to nowlifestyle.com and you set up your username and password. So that's the first place to start, is to go to nowlifestyle.com and enter that username and password that you signed up with. And then once you get in there, you can navigate around and check everything out. And there'll be a video that pops up that says, watch this video first. And that's a great first place to start.
That's
I don't know if you want to add to that.
And that, to piggyback off of Jaclyn, Melinda, when you log in and see that video, watch that video. It's about 15 minutes long, but it's actually going to direct you where to go next and exactly what to do next, and will help guide you through those videos. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your coach, or you can hit up the Now Lifestyle Facebook group. If you haven't joined that yet, you can just head out to Facebook and go just look up Now Lifestyle and pop in there, and you can ask a question there as well. So awesome. Walter appreciates your insight. Martin says, was worth staying up until 3 a.m. Must be across the pond or in Australia, which
Peter's with him.
That's awesome. Oh, hey, Martin and Peter, what's going on, guys?
We know you.
We do. So I apologize if I totally botched this name. Is it Euclid? She said, he or she, I apologize on that too, asked, where do my paid leads show up? Okay.
Well, your paid leads are going to show up. It depends on, okay, now are you talking about a actual lead, a Facebook lead that you purchased from Now Lifestyle? Or are you talking about guaranteed paid signups? Because those are a little bit different things.
So let's talk about a Facebook lead. Where would that show up?
You're going to get an email about it. And when you get that email, it's going to say you've got a new lead. And it's going to give you their email address and their phone number, okay? What I do with every lead, if I'm using Facebook leads, I always shoot them a personal text message or a phone call. Here's what I want everybody to hear. They came from Facebook, which means they have a Facebook profile, and so do you. So you can find them on Facebook and connect that way. That's probably the biggest home run you can use with Facebook leads.
As a new person, when I did that, I did the same. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I did the same thing, and I sent them a text message, but I also sent them in the text message a link to my Facebook profile and said, hey, I like to communicate through Facebook, so you can add me as a friend here. So
that is called serious follow-up, massive action, and that's a great tip. Because like I said, a lot of people just want them to come to them without showing your lead that you're a real person.
Exactly. So Melinda says, when I log in, the video doesn't come up. Okay, so Melinda, if that doesn't show up, I'm not sure if you're on a desktop or laptop or mobile, I would send a support ticket in and see if it's something on there. And because that video should, once you get logged into nowlifestyle.com, you log in with your username and password, that video should be the first thing that pops up.
Unless she's a free member, that might be different.
Possible, but
if you're a free member, you have pretty limited access.
But this should pop up. That first video should pop up. Okay. So Melinda, if that's not, I would go ahead and submit a support ticket with Now Lifestyle, and you can just find that when you're logged in. On the top right-hand corner, there's a little button that says support with a little chat message button next to it. Just click that and submit a ticket. They should be able to help you out there. Awesome. Okay, let's see what else. Jenny says, very inspiring and helpful. Thanks to all three of you. Jenny, thank Jaclyn. She made it. She's awesome. So Milt, this is a great question, and one we get quite a bit. He said, hey, what should I do when I get this in my email? So the subject of the email is, you just had a non-personal Now Lifestyle downline sign up.
Well, here's the cool thing. That means your downline is taking action, or somebody that maybe you didn't even sponsor. Maybe they came from spillover, okay? But it means they're taking action. And the way we run things on our team, I think it's probably a good way for anybody to run it, is the actual sponsor of the person that, well, I'm sorry, if I'm bringing someone in, I'm their sponsor. That means I don't need you to follow up. I got it. So if it says non-personal, whoever brought them in is really responsible for connecting and following up.
So in short, Milt, you don't need to do anything with that email. You're not responsible for that person. Just know that that non-personal means that that person is a part of your organization indirectly. And if you haven't checked out the compensation plan video in the back office, that person adds to what is called your cycle commissions. And if you don't know what that is, go check out that video in the back office, but that's what that means. So
it's a really good thing.
Yeah, and no action is needed on your end. It's just, hey, your business is growing. That's all that means.
So just letting you know. It's cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, you're welcome, Melinda. Rhonda asks, when should I stop following up with paid leads?
Meaning Facebook leads? Okay, guys. Here's what I want you to understand. I only have so many hours in a day. All right. Everybody always has so many hours in a day. If I have one paid lead, or I have 2 paid leads, and I'm expecting to build a multi-million-dollar company off of 2 leads, it's probably not going to happen. And so maybe you do this different. My paid leads get 1 email and 1 text from me, and I do not do any more than that until they're in my holding tank. And here's why. I want to work with people like Jaclyn. I want to work with people that are serious, because I know that when I lock arms with somebody, I'm serious about it, and they're serious about it. And you can waste your time on a lot of people that aren't serious. Their Facebook leads, they signed up for a free account. Okay? How many things have you signed up like for free with that you weren't serious about? Something to think about. 1 email, 1 text. Move on. I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but that's true. It's just from a business owner standpoint. I want to work with people who want to do what I want to do, and I'm not talking them into it. It grows too fast. It's too lucrative to waste time on that.
Exactly. We'll do one more question here, if that's cool.
Sure.
All right. You guys asked some great questions, great first timer questions, and great questions for people that are around for a while. Oh yeah, thanks, Carlos. Looks like a couple people are just posting personal stuff. If you guys have follow-ups and things that you need to do, just reach out to each other on Facebook or via email. Maybe don't blast your.
Yeah, let's don't do that on here.
Adam and I might send you funny text messages if you leave your phone number below. So just saying.
Well, I probably won't.
True. All right. So last question here. DK asks, what do I do if I get a sign up in my holding tank?
Well, okay. If you have a sign up that's in your holding tank, that's awesome news. Okay, that means you have somebody that's signed up to join you. Jaclyn, what did you do when you had signups in your holding tank?
I moved them into positions.
So you actually placed them in your downline, right?
Correct.
And then did you do anything on your end, Jaclyn, excuse me, to follow up with those people?
I did. I sent them all messages, text messages, Facebook messages. Some responded, others didn't. Mm-hmm. So.
And what did you do, just out of curiosity, those who didn't respond, did you worry about circling back with them? Did you hound them and say, hey?
I circled back one more time, and then that was it. And same thing, if they need me, want me, then they'll reach back out to me. But again, right, there's, and I've learned this too, there's so many people that come to you and they want something, and then they don't really want it that bad, right? Especially the free signups. But those are, that holding tank, they aren't free anymore, but yeah.
Yep. And it's the internet. There's like billions of people on the internet, and if they want to do it, that's fine. We actually find, and Jaclyn, I'm sure you're going to start seeing this too, from the text messages we send out, we'll then go through our phone and clear them out. And then like months later,
somebody texts me back that
randomly, and they're like, I'm so sorry I didn't get back to you, and weeks, I'm ready to get started. And we're like, cool, who is this?
What is your username?
Yeah. Right. And that happens too. People, and then people, or they might, you text them, they follow you they connect on Facebook, and then they start following you for a while, and they see, okay, you are a real person. You are really doing things. Okay, now I'm ready. So that happens too.
I think next week what we'll get into is branding yourself online a little bit, because you just said something there that sparked something I want to talk about. And if people find you and all they know about you is your now lifestyle, it's not very likely that they're going to join you. But if you have several other social media platforms or a YouTube channel where they can find you and see you're a real person, that's where those conversions really start to come from.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay. Someone asked, and I want to answer this one to end it with, I think, what happens when your mentor moves too fast? It's your choice. Honestly, and Lyle asked this question, and that's the God's honest answer is Lyle. It's your business. Your mentor does not own your business. You do. So if they're moving too fast and it's too fast for you, it really doesn't matter, because it's yours. And if you want to begin to move faster, you can. But if they're moving too fast, it really doesn't even have any bearing over you and your business.
Mm-hmm. And at that point, you can just say, hey, I want to jog. You're sprinting. I'm going to jog.
We'll walk with the walkers, jog with the joggers, run with the runners, and sprint with the sprinters.
Yeah. And sometimes we fly too. That happens.
I love to fly. Actually, rocket ship speed is my favorite.
Exactly. Cool. All right, you guys. Well, we just want to cap off everything tonight and just say, number one, Jaclyn, thank you so much for taking time away from, this is your time that you usually are sitting down and building your business after your family goes to sleep. You guys give Jaclyn a huge round of applause and thanks and just kudos. If you got something out of this webinar, drop it below. Just let her know and encourage her that she did an amazing job. Yeah, that's awesome. Very pouring in, so that's good. Jaclyn, we want to just personally thank you for joining us tonight. So many great pieces of information for so many people. And for those that are watching the replay, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're watching this on YouTube, definitely smash that subscribe button. Keep up to date because I'm sure other webinars and pieces of information are going to be put out. If you're lucky enough to watch this on Jaclyn's YouTube channel, make sure you're subscribed to her. That is a channel I want to be subscribed to. And yeah, Jaclyn, we appreciate you. In closing, I'm going to let you close this and then we'll hit talk now and we'll hop off here tonight.
All right. Well, thanks. No, thanks so much for having me. I'm seriously so grateful to be here and to share my story and to hopefully share value with everyone. I'm super excited. So many great things I can see happening. So looking forward to working with everyone to hopefully, help others, inspire others. I do have a quote that I wanted to share, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
If we're closing, and this was shared by a coach of mine, entrepreneurship is living the first few years of your life like most people won't, so that you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't. So I totally 100%, right?
Yeah.
Do what it takes.
Oh,
all right.
You guys, you've not heard the last, you've only heard the very beginning from Jaclyn. So this is going to be a fun journey and we're excited to lock arms with you and get after this. All right.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Jaclyn, thank you guys.
Bye. Thanks.